Building mental resilience. It's not an easy thing to do when you're down, but tonight we're going to talk about that and teach you how to do it on the Aftermarket Stock Lounge. See you in a few. Welcome, everybody, to the Aftermarket Stock Lounge. I am Dawn, your host, aka J&J Video Reacts, and it's the stream that's been created for stock market day traders to have a place to come and hang after the market where they can express their opinions, they can vent their frustrations, and they can get awesome training from Chad, Christian, and us mods of American Dream Trading. American Dream Trading was formed over 5 years ago by Chad Christian, who is a 33-year stock market vet, and he has literally traded in every market condition imaginable. And the cool thing is, he teaches us how to do the same thing, right? Coach is somebody that we deeply respect, admire, and love and look up to, and he teaches us how to trade the right way. And one of the things that he talks about is being resilient mentally, because it's not just technical mechanics that get you ahead in this game. 99% of it, right? I would say 99% of it, because once you get the technicals, it's easy, right? Anybody can armchair quarterback, right? Once you know what things should look like and so on and so forth. But the mental resilience is a huge part of it, right? Because you got to be able to withstand the beatings, and you're going to take some beatings. I don't care if you're the most advanced trader in the world, you're going to take a hit every now and then, and you need to know how to bounce back from it. And that's what we want to talk about on tonight's Aftermarket Stock Lounge. We had an awesome workshop class, not workshop, but gold breakout. And the gold breakout is for those in our gold VIP membership that gets gold breakout meetings every Tuesday and Thursday of every week. It's the extra training that you get for being a gold VIP member. If you'd like to join American Dream Trading, you can actually join for free. But to be a VIP gold member, yes, there is a price that comes with that, but it's tiered. So if you want to come in, just get to see us, get to interact with us and see how we operate over here. You can join our free Discord, and we have three membership levels that are offering a 7-day free trial right now, and then they will resume at their regular rate. That is the premium membership, which includes the hot stock picks, which we had about 10 of them this morning that ran like crazy. We had so many people making so much money. And then you get the pre-market setup, which gets you ready for levels at the bell. We also have, and this is worth the price of admission by itself, the live Zoom call, in which you will actually interact with Coach live every morning between 8:45 and 11 a.m. He is on, he is going through trades, and he is teaching us how to trade hands-on. We're not watching him trade, he's coaching us through our paper trades. So if you'd like to join, you can get that premium membership for a 7-day free trial. After that, it renews at its regular rate at $125 a month. Or you can also, or you can join crypto or futures. Futures also has a live broadcast from 2 to 4 every day right here on YouTube. So if you want to go ahead and get futures, it's $250 a month. It renews after that free trial. And that is a little more expensive because it includes our TradingView indicator overlay. If you'd like to join crypto is discounted so that we can get that room filled. So it will renew at a rate of $50 a month. So you got several different ways to join. Coach also has mentorships that he's doing. If you want to work directly with him, it's going to cost you a little bit more money, but it is worth it. And we have our diamond membership, which includes all of the memberships, the VIP, the gold VIP breakout. But with the VIP and the gold VIP, you get weekend training as well as those breakout rooms I told you about, as well as mastermind classes and monthly workshop classes. So all you have to do is go to none other then AmericanDreamTrading.com. That's AmericanDreamTrading.com to get signed up. You'll see everything that you need to see for sign up right there on our website, and that'll get you started. You're going to come for Coach, but you're going to stay for the community. Right now, let's take care of some housekeeping rules. I want everybody to please smash that like button, hit the share button, and also make sure you are smashing that subscribe button. We are trying to get Coach to 20,000 subscribers, gang. 20,000 subscribers. And right now, we are pushing 17K. We're almost to 17. We have 16,544 subscribers. So we're more than halfway there, but we need your help to get there fully, right? So if you just take care of that for us, we would greatly appreciate it. Yes, we would. All right, so with that being said, let's talk about building some mental resilience. We had an awesome breakout session this afternoon with quite a few people that were in there, and it was really, really fun. And we really compared notes. James, F2, what's up, my brothers? Maria, I see you down there. So let's go ahead and get the link over so that anybody who wants to join the panel with me and my trusty co-pilot can do that. Let's see here. All right, there it is. It is the live chat. Copy. And paste. All right, there we go. Chad H, I see you, brother. Chad H was there this afternoon. We got James L up here. What's up, James? We got Marlene. Hey.
How you doing, hon?
I'm good, honey. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice. Well, that sounded kind of on the half. What's up? What's happening? Talk to me.
Oh, just exhausted. I don't know what happened to me today. I was good up till about I don't know, 4:30.
Well, James, you know, you pull a long day like me, brother. You pull a long day. You got to start going vegan so you have the energy to deal with it.
Yeah, as I'm sitting here eating some Cajun chicken pasta.
That's why your ass is tired.
Oh.
Oh, my God. That takes a lot of work for the body to digest that meat, man.
Yeah, the chicken's not meat.
James, stop it. Stop it. That chicken is not made of rubber, okay?
It's not meat. Chicken is chicken. It's yard bird.
It's meat. It is flesh and bones. I mean, people.
Now, by the time it gets to me, there's no bones.
We're gonna let it go. We're gonna let it go. George, do we need the indicators? Do you need the indicators? Do you need the... Okay, you know what? Hold on. James, he's going to make me do it.
Hey, I give an honest answer to that.
Oh, my goodness. I'm just going to give you a glance at them, man. And you tell me if you need them.
Well, technically speaking, you don't need them.
However, they need them.
They are a massive tool in your belt.
Okay, so you've heard the phrase training wheels, I presume. Right, George? take a look at my screen and you tell me what you see. Do you see crude oil coming up to the top of this regression channel? And do you see it bottoming out here? Did it break outside of this? Is it basically giving you training wheels of where to potentially trade this? Right? I mean, you tell me. Is this what is this here? Is this a line saying what pre-market high was? What is this? Is this the low of day? You tell me. Yeah. It's like, yeah, it takes a lot of guesswork out of a lot of stuff. And with that, we're going to go ahead and stop sharing. Just giving you a sneak peek. Just giving you a sneak peek. I would say they are definitely not mandatory, but they make life so much easier. They make life so much easier.
I couldn't imagine trading without them anymore.
Yeah.
I really couldn't.
They really do.
I've tried, but I was on my phone, so.
They make life so much easier. Okay, building mental resilience. Let's go ahead back to the screen sharing. Let me try something else here.
Is this from your gold breakout today?
It is.
Nice.
All right.
I can't lie to you as well. I'm not going to lie to you this time, Miss Dawn. I crashed. I slept through it.
That's all good, man. A lot of people didn't.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. So we had a good time, and we got some people to be transparent, and that's what it's all about. Just people helping people, and that's what we do. We try to provide content and try to give you guys something to chew on that you can use to help make this trading journey, because trading's hard. And what's hard about it mostly is the mental aspect of it. So building mental resilience is what we talked about this afternoon. What the hell's that?
And you played a little Sudoku?
Yeah, no, we didn't do that.
Oh, man.
Let's get out of that.
Hey, trading Sudoku.
Right. So it started with my journey. Yeah, that would be fun, right? It started with my journey. And once, for those of you who don't know, I am a 22-year cancer survivor, right? Going on 23 years. And also, I am legally blind. I have literally no central vision. So when you see me staring at you, I am looking at basically a huge black circle or just faded out. I'm looking at the camera, but I do not see the camera. When you see me come up to my screen, that's because I have to see what I'm clicking on, because I have peripheral vision around that area. But yeah, so one would say, well, how do you edit videos and how do you trade if you can't see? Well, there is some semblance of sight, right? Even though it's very fuzzy. I focus on what I can see. I focus on what I can do. I don't believe in can'ts, right? Cancer. I focus on the fact that there have been people that have survived. And if they've survived, then so can I. Quite frankly, I don't even think about cancer. I don't give it a second thought, actually, because I don't focus on it. I focus on the wins. I focus on what can I do to make my situation better, win or lose. Because every day you're going to have something that brings you up as well as brings you down, right? And if you are able to look past the things that bring you down, you got to go forward anyway, right? So why do you want to go forward down? You got to, unless you plan on taking yourself out, you got to move forward anyway. So why have a shitty time at it? Why have a miserable time? Even when things that are miserable are happening to you, isn't it worse when you feel miserable about it? So wouldn't it be better to kind of learn how to be a little bit more resilient so that stuff bounces off of you so that you can fix it? Because if you can't get yourself out of your own way, you're never going to fix any of it, right? So there you go. You don't let a terminal disease get in your way. You don't let blindness get in your way. You keep moving forward because you're going to move forward anyway. That's how I see it. And it's helped me in trading. That's why I'm still here. Have I had big, massive, huge wins? Once in a while I have, but have they been consistent? No, they have not. Is that stopping me? No, it is not. Because I know that if I focus on not the money, but the process, those things will come. So moving forward. All right.
Very
The connection, huh?
Very well said, Miss Dawn.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate it. I'm speaking from the heart, because I've been through so much and so have so many of us. And so that does not make me special. It just makes me one of the crowd, right? But with the resilience that I've built, if I can help somebody else see that in themselves, I believe that's what I was put here for, right? And why I'm an integral part of this group, because while I may not be the best trader, I can tell you the mental resilience is there. And if I can teach it to you and make you better, it's like coach. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't profess to be the best trader, but if he can teach you how to do it, then maybe you can be one of those better traders, right? If I
Yeah,
can help somebody be mentally resilient in here, and that was all they needed to kick them over the edge and turn the corner, then I've done my job.
yeah. I may know a few people that you've helped in that manner. Very much so.
Aw, I hope I do. I hope I do. That's why I'm here. Um, but the connection, obviously, between the cancer and the blindness and all of that is the fact that it has helped me be more resilient in trading. Right? I don't let losses or inconsistency keep me from still going after the prize, which is, and this is something where we get it mixed up. The prize is not the money. The prize is learning how to master the process, right? It's like when you learn how to drive a car, right? It doesn't mean you automatically get a Rolls Royce. It means you have a skill that no matter what wheel you sit behind, you can drive it, right? So one day, yeah, maybe you'll save up enough money and you'll get the car of your dreams. But it doesn't mean you can't drive because you don't have the car of your dreams, right? You have a skill. But if you don't have the car and you don't have the skill, well, then what are you doing? But when you get the skill, eventually, maybe one day you'll get the car. You pair the two together. So keep going after the process, gang. I think we got somebody else coming in. Let's see. Hey,
Thank you
what,
so much for letting me in.
what's up, sis?
It's good. I just was wanting to tell you that you hitting all kind of buttons today with the whole trading and the just understanding what is not working mentally.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a chance to really explain in our early meeting today in the gold meeting, but I just wanted to say that I have to start all over with everything with the studying because I kind of dropped off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm embarrassed, but at the same time,
Don't
I
be.
have I have to refocus everything. I had some things that got in the way with me being sick and then family stuff and all this other stuff and work. So
Life. Basically
yeah,
life.
exactly. And so
Yeah.
now I'm starting over. And at first I was like, I'm embarrassed because all the things that I've learned and little questions I ask, I feel like, okay, where do I start with now? Like, I shouldn't even be asking these questions. These things I should already know. But hey,
No, not at all. Hey, look, what I say this afternoon, Edison, how many times did he try to get it until he got the light bulb? Over 100, right?
right.
So he kept having to start from ground zero. He got it, and then it didn't work out, and life probably got in the way with a few things there, and then he started over again, and he did it over 100 times and didn't give up until he got it right. So don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't we've all done it. We've all been there, right?
I
um
appreciate it.
yeah, come on here anytime. We will never ever, yeah, we can be cruel. we can be cruel. I can't even lie. We can slam you. But it's out of love, right? It's
Of
out of
course.
love. And that helps you to be resilient. That's what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I
But
love
yep,
it. I
yep.
appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody.
Thanks for being here for it, sis. I appreciate you. Yeah, at first I
That,
thought it was my breath. I'm like, what? I don't know what happened.
well, that
Right?
is just crazy that it took Edison that many attempts. If he'd have just followed the ancient Egyptian blueprint, it wouldn't have taken him that long.
What ancient Egyptian blueprint, James?
There's some secret sauce in that.
So basically, trading requires the same mental toughness that anything else in life requires. Getting over a sickness, getting over a disability, getting over things happening in life, like your electric bill being $1,000 and you don't know where that's coming from, right? Things happen. Others get sick. Others pass away that you didn't expect, right? Things happen with your pet. Things happen around the house. Things happen with other people in your area. Things happen, but you have to learn how to let those things happen around you and be that thing that stays still right there in the middle of it and let it swarm all around you. But don't you get caught up in it and swarm all around with it, because then where's the foundation? It's got to start somewhere. Somebody's got to be like, put on the brakes and be still. Even while all that's going, you got to learn how to have your mind be absolutely still and say, okay, let me figure out how I'm going to get through this. And fear, greed, depression, all those negative feelings that I can't do it bullshit, all of that is going to keep you from moving forward. And guess what? They're just thoughts. They are just thoughts. They're not even anything like real, like this phone, right? Tangible. They are freaking thoughts. But thoughts are things, gang. Don't get it twisted. Thoughts are things, because guess what? Thoughts put you where you're at right now, right? So while they may be just part of the ether, they're real, but they're only thoughts. So that means you can what? Control them. If you can't control shit else, you can control your mind. And if you think you can't, you're wrong. I'm here to tell you, you're wrong. That is the only thing in this world that you actually have control over. You do not have control over your body. Sorry. Things happen in your body too that you can't do a damn thing about sometimes. You can do everything you want. You can eat vegan, you can fast, you can drink all the water in the world, but sometimes things happen. Now, you can, like in trading, you can give yourself the best probability of succeeding by following coach's rules, right? You can give your best self the best probability by not using real money. You can give yourself the best probability by mastering the process, but you can't guarantee shit, even with all of that. Just like you can't guarantee in life, you can't guarantee anything in your body. The only thing you can guarantee is I'm going to think this way. That's the only thing you literally have control over. That's it. So, with that being said, why not make it work for you instead of against you? Because we do that a lot. And sometimes we feel like we don't have control over it, but we do, right? This is why cancer has not gotten me, right? This is why every time it may have thought about coming back, it's like, oh yeah, no, she ain't going for it. Let's go back over here. Cause no, right? You can control your thoughts, gang. So moving right along, because that's how you get ahead in life. You gotta learn how to control your thoughts. Your thoughts lead to your feelings, and if you can't control your thoughts, that means you can't control your emotions, right? So 3 pillars of mental resilience. Pillar 1 is acceptance without surrender. All right, so let's tackle that. We talked about that this afternoon. You can't change your hand, but you can control how you play it, right? So if you're playing poker and you get pocket 2s, right? You can't control that. But if you know how to play it, you could possibly win the entire hand. You could have people at the table that are bluffing and doing all kinds of stuff, and pocket 2s may end up beating everybody. It's all in how you play it, right? So you don't have money to trade. There's a thing called paper trading. Is it the same? No, it's not. Does it give you some type of idea how to mentally play with these trades and do what you need to do? Yes, it does. So whether you may not want to do it or not, work with it. Work with what you've got. I can't see right here, but I can see around it. Work with what you got, gang. Right? You guys got anything you want to add? Because I know I'm kind of rambling a little bit.
No, you said it just right. To work with what you have. And if you're not able to do one of the others, just do what you can. And stay in the loop of something and not just be completely out of it. Because you got to continue education no matter what you're dealing with. You should be able to do something. And it's all a mental thing. It was, and you said it right.
That's exactly right.
You're like, oh, I can't do it all, so I'm not going to do nothing.
Right. Right. Let me hold on. Look, I'm dealing with a headset that don't want to charge right now, right? So what do? I'm sitting with the charger on while I'm talking to you so it doesn't die, right? Normally you don't see that. I'm dealing with what I got. It don't want to charge today, so I'm going to sit with the charger on. You got to figure out ways that it will work, right? Instead of constantly, how can it not work? I can't talk today on the aftermarket because I don't have the headset. My other one isn't charged up. No, that's not going to stop you, right? Work with what you got. Work with what you can control. I'm in a trade. Oh, I lost twice yesterday, right? So do I carry the feelings of loss into the next day? No. Mm-mm. You've got to learn that losing is part of trading, and you got to just be cognizant of that and know that, hey, obviously, if I lost twice, I did something wrong. First of all, you have 2 red trades. You shouldn't be trading the next day, right? But go and journal and figure out. You don't just let it happen. Go journal it, everything that you did, everything that you thought, and figure out what went wrong. And then the next day, guess what? Don't do that. Direct your thoughts. Okay, I went in too early yesterday. Why? Because I was being greedy. I was being anxious. I wasn't being patient and waiting for the setup. Today, we are going to wait for the setup. And as soon as the thought comes in your mind, oh, it's running, I want to jump in. Hit the brakes. Hit the brakes. Make sure that trade is something that you are watching everything. Is there a level there that may come back on me? Control your thoughts. Control your emotions, right? That's pillar 1. Pillar 2, process over outcome, right? Focus on what you control, your decisions, your preparation, and your discipline. That's what we just talked about. That's the only thing that you have control over. You can't control whether Tesla decides once it's gone up, for like 20 minutes to all of a sudden tank. You don't know when a news catalyst is going to hit. You know, things like Tesla and SPY and IWM and those the different ETFs that have many different companies within them. You can't control what they do, but you can control how you react to it, right? So do it. You know, stop getting swayed by the market. Do it. You control what you are doing, right? And stop focusing on the money. The money means nothing. There is no money. There's no money. Forget money. Money is not a part of it. There's only the process, because the process brings money eventually.
Exactly. And following that, and that's what I made these little notes. I remember somebody was talking about it earlier. One of the older members had sticky tabs all over their computer, and I'm like, you know what? I know it doesn't look as neat. It might look a little tacky, but that might help me.
Mustang Chris, he had hundreds of them. I remember he came on the Aftermarket one day on the panel, and he had his camera on. We fell out. We all felt, Chris, what is with the 100 stickies on your screen and on all of them? He had literally a lot. James, you remember that? Hundreds of sticky notes. Hundreds. And we were joking him, but that's what he needed to keep his thoughts in check, right? He needed his reminders there. Sometimes that's what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do. I got a big old sign behind my computer screen over there that you guys can't see that says no hopium in big black letters on a white piece of paper so that I can actually no hopium. I made a poster of it. So you got to do what you've got to do, whatever works for you, right?
Exactly.
Pillar 3. All right. So pillar 3 is bounce back mentally, right? Bad trades happen. Red days happen. Resilience is about the recovery, gang. It's about the recovery. It's about coming back. It's about not letting that defeat your thoughts and beat you, right? And that doesn't mean you revenge trade. No, that's not what we're saying. We're saying recovery means dig deeper into the process, because there's something you don't know. There's something you're missing. There's one little tweak.
Yep. And that's exactly why you go back over your journaling and find out what you did so that you can not do that same thing again.
Yep.
You know, that I feel like the journaling, taking notes is a way of regrouping and figuring out a better strategy than that other one that you had, or whatever the old bad habits are.
Absolutely. And as much of a pain in the ass as you think it is, it will save you, gang. It'll save you, right? It will help you keep those thoughts in line. It's like when you are just relying on your mind and you're just your own wherewithal to kind of condense things and put them in perspective. You can do that if you're like Tony Robbins, right? But when you're Dawn or Marlena or Joe Schmo, you might need a little help with that, right? So let's put them down on paper. And when I say paper, I mean you can literally put it down on paper, or you can put it in your phone on a notes app. You can type it to an email to yourself. There's all kind of ways you can do this. You can do it on a spreadsheet, right? You can do all kinds of things. Make it happen. Journal. Put it down somewhere, because you trying to remember all that crap is not going to cut it. You're not going to remember every little nuance that you did or that you were thinking in that moment during that trade. And the only way to beat losing is to go back and figure out how you kept losing, right? So that you can fix it. You can't fix something without directions or instructions. You know, you think mechanics just wake up knowing how to fix cars? No. They go to school, they learn, they see books. Books were written by people who what? Made journals, right? A book, a manual is nothing more than a journal of how to do something, how to think about something, what to do, where to go, right? Directions. We all need direction. And a journal gives you that. It gives you the control back. Right? Well, how am I supposed to control? Journal. The journal will help you because it's going to show you, oh, this is how I should be thinking. Make little mental notes to yourself. I thought this way in the trade and I stayed in it too long because, well, if I'm being honest with myself, I was being greedy. I thought I was going to get more out of the trade. This is my imaginary micro cassette recorder, right? I thought I was going to get more out of the trade, but it didn't work out. How many times, and I asked this in the gold breakout, how many times were you green? Oh, God, I got the right entry. Yeah, I'm making money. And ended up being red because you sat in it too long. Shit, it's going against you. All right, it'll come back. Even more. Oh, all right. Let me rip the Band-Aid off, and now you $200 down. Right? When you were $50 up. How is it that we take bigger losses? We're willing to take bigger losses than smaller gains.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
I mean, come on, right? How do we do that to ourselves? I'll take a $200 hit, but I won't take $50 when I see that I have it.
Exactly.
No. Why do we do it?
Oh, gosh. It's so funny how our brain thinks.
I know. And the funny thing is we can control it, but we don't. So
I know, it's so crazy.
The one thing we can control, we don't allow ourselves to control. So that's what I want you to do, gang. That's the whole purpose of this exercise. I want you to start practicing controlling your thoughts and help yourself by journaling everything so that you have the tools to be able to redirect your thoughts so that you know what you were thinking, when and why, and what you did as a result of it so that you can make those changes, right? Coach tells us to journal for that very reason. He journals, right? He's our teacher and he journals. If he's journaling, don't you think you should be journaling?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to say, Ms. Dawn, that you don't have full-blown board meetings with the voices in your head then.
Right. Oh, man, that's when it's time to get some help.
James.
That's when it's time to get some help, right? Trying to control all that. But yeah, it's funny. I listened to a lot of Napoleon Hill, and he says you should get a mental mastermind, right? Napoleon Hill is one of my mastermind roundtable people that I consult, right? And when I say that, I know he's on the other side of the veil, as Richard would say, but I will go listen to Napoleon Hill, and I will listen to it as though he is speaking directly to me. Because for all intents and purposes, he's in the ether now. He's no longer a physical human being. So yeah, he is. It's in his voice and it's words that he would most likely say if he were walking this earth. So yeah, what's the difference between him actually physically being here and saying those things and me listening to a recording of him saying those things if it affects me in the same way? What's the difference? No. So yeah. He's part of my mastermind group. I consult him all the time, and people will look at you like you're crazy when you say that. But it's like, yeah, I listen to a lot of recordings of XYZ, right? But do it, gang. Do it. There's a whole lot of wealth of information out there.
Exactly. And I feel like anything that can encourage you and put your thought process in a positive way of especially trying to accomplish goals, I think that's the best thing right there, is putting positive messages in your mind, surrounding your space with positive people and things that are going to encourage you to go in that right direction.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's so easy to deviate from where you need to go. I mean, one little negative thought can just F everything up for the day. if you let it.
Thank you.
If you let it.
Thank you.
I'm guilty of it, but in the past, but I try my best not to get, let those things put me in that direction.
Yeah, you can try, but sometimes it's hard, right? Sometimes it's hard because we're people. But hey, I don't care if somebody thinks you're crazy or not. Talk to yourself a little bit. Hey, look, get it in control, sis. Get it in control. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I
Talk
love
to
it.
yourself.
Yep.
Get it in control. So somebody looked at you. Yeah, I'm having a moment. I'm having a moment, and I'm trying to talk myself through it. Yeah, I look crazy, but I'm trying to talk myself through it, okay? Because I know what's going on in here. You don't,
Exactly.
right? So it's like,
Hey, I've
okay.
said for years that's some of the best conversations I've ever had because nobody understands me better than me.
I
love
am
it.
my own worst enemy and my own best friend,
I
really,
love it.
because I know everything about me. So who better to be my best friend, right?
Yep.
And who
Consult
better to
with
talk
yourself.
to when I'm going through something, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know, Mark
Well, I don't know
Mark
about
McFro.
best friend. He kind of gets to be a bit of an a-hole sometimes, but
Mark McC talks about it all the time. He says, talk yourself through trades, right? Talk yourself through stuff because I've been doing that since I was a small child, right? And it has helped me keep my sanity, gang. I'll be honest with you. It's what got me through the cancer. It's what gets me through rough times when I'm experiencing them, right? It really does. I don't care. I admit it. I will talk myself through some shit, right? So, but you got to do that, right? Because quite frankly, I can't afford therapy. Okay. So I need to be my therapist. And everybody has the ability to do that because you know you better than anybody, right? So when you start doing stupid stuff in trades, this is how you have to fix it. Coach can't come in your head and tell you, hey, you held on way too long there. Why did you do that? He can tell you outside and coach you, but he can't get in your head and say, hey, you're being greedy right now, aren't you? Stop it. Hit the sell button, get out of this trade. You're in the green and it's slowly dwindling. Take some profit now. Stop the bullshit. You have to do that. That's the one thing coach can't give you because he doesn't have control over your mind. You do, right? He can control what he teaches you and he can show you technical aspects of it and patterns and how to read charts, all that. He can't stop your thoughts. Only you can do that. And if you don't do it, nobody's going to do it. You are screwed if you don't learn how to do that, right? In life. Screw trade in life. If you don't learn how to do that, you're done. So that's a skill, just like we talk about the skill of trading. Well, you got to get the process of learning how to control your thoughts in life. That will bleed into your trading, gang. That'll bleed into your trading. And the better you get at control, it's going to feed each other. The better you get at controlling your thoughts in trading, then you're going to find, wow, now I'm better at controlling thoughts and other things in life too. So they're feeding off each other and you're back in control, right? And then next thing you know, you're Mark McC, you're F2, you're Palm, you're making money because you're not focused on that. You're controlling what you are aiming at, which is doing that trade the right way. Getting in when I should be getting in and getting out when I should be getting out. You're doing that consistently every day, all day, right? Well, maybe not all day because then you can overtrade. Why give it back? Why give it back, right? So that was pillar 3, right? So basically, we had discussion time and I asked people, like I'm asking you guys down in the chat, are there situations where you find yourself not being resilient? Are there things that you need help with being resilient? What's your biggest mental challenge in trading? Throw it in the chat for us down there. What's your roadblock? What would you say, Marlena, is your biggest roadblock in your trading? Since you're up here on the panel, we can actually hear you and James.
I would say mine is distractions. Um, and trying to create a time in my world to do the things that I need to do in order to be successful. And sometimes I might just have to just find a place where I'm away from people,
Mm-hmm.
because I do live in a house where there is some distractions, and I do find it hard during certain parts of the night and day for me to do the things that I need to do. So I might just have to just maybe go to the library and find a little place and do what I have to do to make this thing work for myself. Um and
You sound like you're talking it out right there. You sounded
Yeah,
like
and I am. And I might just have to just debunk from my phone, and my daughter calling me, my brother calling me about every all his issues and all the things that go on, and everybody finds Marlena to be the superwoman to help everybody, but I think I need to have this time for myself.
there
you
you
know,
go. And
and they're
don't
just going to
feel
have
like
to
you're being
find their own
selfish for
way.
doing. Yeah. And that's not selfish. That's you being the best you can be for yourself. Because if you don't do that, you're not going to be able to be that superwoman for them.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know, you got to find that self time, right?
Exactly. And that's the only way for me, for sure.
James, what about you? What's your biggest challenge?
I think I need to work on finding more of a balance because I have a tendency of pushing myself and just go until my body just says, "No, you're out." And
Mm-hmm.
I have days like today.
You know what? Physical rest, and I do the same thing. Physical rest is huge. Jen is always after me about, you know, it's getting after 10. I get up at 3, right? And she's like, you don't get enough sleep, even though you think you can run on 4 hours, 5 hours. That's not good for you. You should try to get more sleep, and I do on the weekends. But that I struggle with the same thing.
Yeah.
So I got to make time to just and usually if I do get in bed by like a 9 or a 9:30, I'm gone. So that is my body saying, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, let's do that, right? So the
But
only thing.
and that for me is also followed up very closely by squirrel.
Yep. Yep. And
Right.
sleep, you said it, Don. Sleep is huge, especially if you're working and you're working a lot of hours and everything. That sleep will get to you, and you can, I mean, your mind start playing tricks on you if you don't get enough sleep. You'll be
Oh
seeing
yeah.
things like, "Oh, did I see that right? Oh no." And then you mess up on everything, especially in trading. You don't want to be uh,
How
what do
many
you
times
call
have
that?
we heard people went to sleep during a trade?
I know. That's
Okay.
scary. That is
Yeah.
so scary.
We won't name names. I wonder if they're listening. We won't name names, but yeah, it happens. And they are not the only person that has done that. We've heard a couple people say they've done that. I've personally never done. I don't see how that's possible because I'm so wired and I'm so focused on the trade when I'm in it, almost too focused, right? Um, but it happens. So if your body is that tired where it's letting that happen to you, it's talking to you. It's saying, I need some more sleep. I need some rest. Find the time to get me some more rest.
Yeah.
You know? Um, let's see what's happening. Dave, put phone on do not disturb and warn people of quiet time. That's a very good. There you go. You heard
I
that,
love it.
right?
Thanks,
And
Dave.
that's yeah, that's a good idea, but that is a lot easier for some than it is for others.
It is. It is.
And
But
Kyle says my false truth is I'm a scalper. He has a problem with sticking to one strategy, and he wants to do three trades: double tops and bottoms and EWO. But then he finds himself not doing the EWO and scalping off the 9, 21 VWAP, and so on.
yeah,
Oh,
I
excuse me.
mean, unless you're David Yanez, or people who are learning that strategy and doing it very well. I'm assuming F2 is trading like that. And you have mastered it and you're consistent with it. Yeah, don't mess around with it. Pick one or the other, pick one or the other, because you're only going to end up consistently losing, right? So pick one or the other and really throw your all into it. Do not take a trade. If you choose scalping, don't take a trade until you see a break and hold of the 9 and the indicators are going in your direction. If you're doing an EWO, make sure you're getting in early enough when it shows you the momentum. Period. That's the only way those two strategies work separately. If you mix them together, unless you have a huge account and you can scalp in the middle of it, don't do it, because you're going to end up beating yourself down. But only you can throw in the discipline and say, no, damn it, I'm going to do it the right way every time. Remember that. It's like we can tell you the physical mechanics, but only you can control. No, stop doing it. Stop. You have to do that, right? And you can. Mustang Chris, what's up, brother? You heard us talking about your sticky notes, right? That's probably why he's here. He might have heard it. Keeping his eyes on the screen while working is extremely difficult. Yeah. Aren't you a truck driver, Chris?
Well,
it's hard.
Yeah, little things.
Screen driving. I mean, we want you to be here for a few more years. You know what I'm saying? It's like you need to be. Look, maybe you need to go with futures, right? So that if your trading hours, if your trucking hours coincide with your trading hours, right? That ain't gonna work. So maybe you need to take on a type of trading that you can do around the clock. So that way, when you have rest time, you can trade, right? Get some rest and then maybe, put in an hour or two of trading. Some changes, gang, and here's the thing, some changes are going to be difficult. Some changes are not going to be easy, but how bad do you want success in this trading game, right? How bad do you want these things to affect your life in a positive way? Then you're going to have to make the changes. As difficult as you may see them, and notice how I'm wording that, as difficult, because nothing is hard or easy. It's only what we picture it to be. It's our perception of it that makes it hard, right? So what we think is hard, somebody else may think, that's hard. What? Huh? I can't eat for 24 hours. Are you kidding me? Me, I eat that all day long for breakfast. I will go 2-3 days and not eat nothing, right? And people will be like, what, are you crazy? Yeah, it's easy for me, but it may not be easy for somebody else. So perception is reality, right? Make the changes you need to make. Even if you perceive them as hard, eventually everything is hard at first, right? But if you find a way to make those changes, they will eventually become habit and become easy for you to do. Things will change, right? Kyle, I went to do 3 trades. He went to do 3 double tops, bottoms, and EWO, but then I found myself not doing the EWO. Is that the one you just read? Yeah, and scalping off the 9 and 21. Yeah, that's the one where I said don't mix the strategies. James, you have to make the time. That's what I was getting at, Dave. As difficult as it may be, and we know James's situation. We know he has a son with special needs, and he's got his family situation. So it may not be, even looking out from outside looking in, it seems like that would be a challenge, right? Because there's extenuating circumstances of stuff that is different, right? Okay. So only James knows how he can work that out. But it's important that he does, right? If he wants what he wants, which we know he does. So the fact that James is still here and still putting in the work and getting better and better and better, I know James is successful and is going to be more successful, right? Because he's putting it in. He's determined to make it happen. Chad.
Well, and that's what I was just thinking about with what Dave said, and with my time that everybody else in the family needs, and then I make my time for myself, and that's a big reason why I go until reset, voluntary or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my time generally comes when nobody else needs me, which is when they're sleeping. So,
which means you have to be up when everybody else is sleeping, right?
Right.
There you go.
But I also have to be up when everybody else is up.
Yeah, but see, you can't run on empty. So eventually that's going to have to be changed some kind of way.
Yeah, like I said, that's what I need to work on is a balance. More balance.
Yep.
Or a bigger tank.
Or make duplicates of myself.
No. I've seen that movie. It didn't turn out pretty. It was funny, but it wasn't pretty.
It's horrible.
So Maria said we will also tell ourselves false truths. Be careful, right? So then it begs to you have to figure out what is a false truth, right? What basically we can lie to ourselves. What would we be lying to ourselves about, right? Because truths are based on what we believe. What's your truth may not be my truth, right? And what my truth may not be James's truth. What James's truth may not be Marlena's truth. So what is a lie? We have to determine what we are capable of and what we're not capable of, right? Exactly. That's just like James was just saying with his situation, right? Well, I got to stay up, but we know eventually something's going to give. His body's going to give and it's going to make him sleep, right? And hopefully temporarily, because eventually a lot of that's not good, right? Just like a lot of eating, I don't know, freaking... I was thinking about something on TikTok.
Don't you say it.
No, I'm not going there with the meat and all that. But what I will say is this guy unfortunately passed away shortly after going on a dollar store binge, right? He was pulling everything out of their freezer cases, like the little steaks they have in the plastic. He made it a point to eat nothing but dollar store stuff for like 2 weeks. And he already had a heart condition and he ended up passing away, right? So I'm like, he went after something that was not good for him, thinking, I'm on TikTok, I'm going to be big. This is going to be huge. I'm going to be fine. That is basically lying to yourself, right? I'm going to be fine. Everything. Come on, dude. What is the nutritional value of all of that stuff that you're eating? And you already have a pre-existing condition. That is telling himself a false narrative, right? But if I'm telling myself, I am going to be good at trading, I know I am, because all I've got to do is follow the rules and I'm capable of having comprehension and reading and understanding what I'm doing. So if I'm saying that I will eventually get to a place that I want to financially if I follow this process, that to me is not lying to myself or a false narrative in any way, shape, or form, because I know if I do X, Y, and Z will happen, right? So the same way that guy did, if I do X, Y, and Z, this will happen. Yet no, what's going to happen, unfortunately, is what happened, right? So you do have to be careful what you're telling yourself and what you're trying to believe. If you keep doing the same dumb crap over and over again, that's all right. I'm gonna continue to use my rent money. Eventually, I'll make money off of that. Yeah, keep doing that, and you're gonna be sitting out in the street saying that shit, right? Yeah, that's a false narrative, right? The proper way to do it is to paper trade, or to use small amounts and get that right first. The $10. The most I'm putting in this trade is $10. You lose $10, you just lost a cup of coffee, not your electric.
Miss Dawn, to your point, what you're saying, my favorite one, I just need one good trade.
Right.
I just need that one that goes
bam, one home run,
1,300%. Just that one.
What are those stocks that have been running, the hot stock picks that went from $7 to $300? I told Jen, oh my God, honey, The other day when I got, if I had put, $700 into that, if I had got 100 shares, that would have been like $29,000. Whoop-a-doop-a-doo. But what if I put 700 into it and I had hopium and it started going the other way, right? There's no business with $700 in that trade when your account, that the most that you should be doing is a couple $100 at a time, right? Should be is in your account. If you're that small of an account where you're under $500, you shouldn't be trading $700. So that's a false narrative that you're lying to yourself. If you think that you couldn't trade $10, right? You think you're going to turn $700 into $1,400? You're going to double that and you couldn't double 10? You're lying to yourself. You don't know the process. You're lying to yourself. Get the process down, right? Stop lying to yourself. Get the process down with the small amounts of money, with the paper. With the paper, the small amounts of money, one or the other. And then when you get it down, then maybe you can go in and move into that other stuff, right? But not until then. Not until you do it for 2-3 months straight, where you are basically clean trade after. We've got people in this group that have not been read in a year. So it is possible to be that consistent. And if they can do it, you can do it. All of us can, right?
Exactly.
J-Dog, you said something earlier. Or did I read it? Did I ADD out on that? I think J-Dog was in the were you in the gold breakout? You said something. Damn it. I think I meant to comment on it and I ended up ADDing out. Or were you the one that said something about Edison? I don't know, but you probably know what I'm talking about. Maria, it's just like the poem The Perfect High. Okay? And addiction is living to your is lying to yourself. No matter what you are lying to yourself about, you are addicted to. Right. I get it. Perfect high. So yeah, you definitely got to make sure, and especially if you have an addictive personality, or if that runs in your family and your genes, and you've watched your parents, which I had addictive parents, right? So yeah, you got to be careful, but this goes back to the control, right? This is where you have to regain control, and don't believe that you don't have control, because you do. See, that's a thing that people fall into. I can't control myself. I can't control. You can, you can, right? But you have to believe that. You have to know that within yourself. You actually can control it. You wouldn't be here, right? You control yourself during that addiction, right? You keep feeding the addiction. That's control, isn't it? You would say that no, you're allowing yourself to continue to do that. Just like Marlena said a little while ago. Somebody does something, if you allow it, you're allowing yourself to keep following that addiction, right? That's why they have support groups. People survive addiction all the time and recover from it because they remembered to be in control of their thoughts. So it's not an impossible feat. Right? Stop the lies.
That is one of the funny things that I've heard. I think it's funny because it's true. But you don't ever hear a crack addict saying, "Man, I can't go get high today. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no job. Man, don't let a crackhead outdo you. They're gonna find a way."
Thank you.
Yep.
Right? They will find a way to get that crack. I don't care what's going on. If they have to rob, cheat, lie, steal, they will do it. That's control, right? So if you have enough control to be that steadfast in getting that thing that you want, then you need to learn how to flip that script, right? And it takes time. It's not something you can do overnight, but you can eventually flip that script. I had one of my best friends was so strung out on crack and ended up turning it around, and you wouldn't know that guy today if I showed him to you. And everybody thought he was as good as dead, but it is possible. There are some people that don't make it out of the abyss. That's a given. Those are the people that did not choose to take control, because we get a choice. We were born with a choice. If you choose not to have that choice and choose right, then consequences happen. But you do have that choice, right? But you have to know that and believe that and act on it, right?
And just so I'm clear, there's nothing funny about addiction, but what that saying is something that I've heard that, you talk about motivation. So
yeah.
It's how you apply it, I guess.
It really is, right? That's what we say about knowledge. It's only power if you apply it, right? So, and I say that to myself all the time. It's like, you know this, you know that, apply it, apply it. And you'll see different changes in what's happening, right? So with that being said, gang, I'm going to get ready to wrap it up. If anybody has anything, if anybody wants to come on the panel and talk about anything before we go, they can do that. James, Marlene, if you got anything else you guys want to say before we get out of here.
No, I think you covered everything, Don, and I appreciate what you're doing. Keep on preaching on and encouraging others, because it definitely works. Thank
you, baby girl. I will.
Yes, ma'am, you were firing all cylinders tonight. I was just going to let you go.
Get some rest, James. God bless you.
Yes, please get some rest, James. I worry about you, man. Get some rest. All right, y'all. I love your faces. Let's see. Where is Coach's Rules? Okay, I found them. Okay. I love you guys. Everybody have a good night. Focus on what we said. Be resilient, right? Let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. I'm leaving the screen up. And be resilient. Be resilient in your life. Be resilient in your trading. And remember, you are in control. Not Coach, not me, not Maria, not Richard, not Palm, not Jay. You, right? That's the one thing that you keep getting it. You can learn all you want with these techniques. If you don't control your thoughts in these trades and in your life and what you're doing, you're going to keep getting the same result over and over and over and over and over. So take freaking control and get it done. It's that simple, right? All right, y'all. Love your face, and I will see you tomorrow.
Love your face.
You guys remember?
Love your face. I heard you.
You guys remember all the rules. You must follow all of them. Not some. You don't get to sprinkle in your own and leave mine out. You must follow all the rules. Always have a stop loss in each and every trade. If you're a new trader, make sure you are simulate trading only using a paper account. I don't want anybody losing their money while you are in training. Make sure you guys are using small position sizes. This will allow you to let those runners run and stop out the losers. Again, stops on every trade, regardless of shares, options, futures, or crypto. Make sure you guys are journaling every single day. It's one of the most important pieces of what we do on top of the risk management, so that you can help assess what you are doing and make the changes that you need to do. Don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day if you're a new trader. And if you are an experienced trader, please be careful the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the trading day.